I completely forgot that the Campfire had a lock-in poll. We better do that quickly. What was it, 10 questions? I watched the Campfire and I just fucking blanked on the poll. But if I remember correctly, Wormscrape is good. Described in the blog. Now, if we vote no to Wormscrape, can we still vote yes to everything else for the meme? I'm going to vote yes, though. I did like the island. I like the Slayer Master. I don't really care for the quest. That's fine. It's experience level, which means it's easy. Would you like a new repeatable boss encounter? Sure. They're always fun to do. Introduce a new high-level Slayer Master that requires 70 Slayer and 100 combat or 99 Slayer. Yes, that Slayer Master is going to be good. Golem crafting seems pretty good, and go hunting seems fine. Nothing I will do. Graveyard. Introduce new master level quest. Yeah, sure, but I don't know what the reward's going to be other than a new agility update alongside the graveyard targeting 65 to 8 agility, which is a great spot. Bingo community feature. Yes, PvP tutorial. Should we create a PvP tutorial as outlined in the Campfire? This would be a series of interactive challenges to work on key skills like prayer switching, gear switching, combo reading, and escaping the player, and specific details and rewards to be locked in at a later date. I have never once played a video game that has been able to make NPCs mimic humans one for one, or even close. Even with AI, you cannot predict a human, you can predict a machine. I think this is going to be... I want this to succeed. I don't see it being successful. I see it being a waste of dev time. I see it being dead on release. It just gives cosmetic rewards, so there's no incentive to do it other than to just do it on release and never touch it again. I'm going to vote no. I think there's better ways to go about it. That's my honest opinion. To be honest, I don't think the PvP update. I don't think the PvP content is right. I think there is a better way to do it. They should let us practice against bots, so we're ready to when we have to fight bots. Yeah, that's called LMS, mate. You're in the minority there. I am in the minority there. I believe you're right. That will probably pass. I think Frame's PvP concept is not good. And I said that when it was first proposed by him. I'm surprised Jagex took it and went, yeah, let's do that. I don't see how practicing to be able to pray correctly against, like, getting one tick barraged when you're not going to be able to know. You're going to reach a certain point in PvP where the bot will never be able to mimic a great PKer. I know it's just to get your feet wet and get the ball rolling, but it's completely different fighting a person. What's your solution to make it better? I don't know. I don't really have a solution to make it better. I don't think. I think if you want to get better at PvP, you have to PvP. You can't just be good at PVM all of a sudden. It's the same with PvP. You could do that bot shit, but it's no different to just doing PVM, right? You're fighting a fucking bot. I think if you want to get good at PvP, you have to PvP. And if you're not going to compete in tournaments or practice fighting your friends, then there needs to be a way for you to be able to go to the wilderness and fight other players without losing your gear, which you can't because RuneScape has built its foundation on that philosophy. You're going to have to lose money. You're going to have to risk sets and lose them and learn from your mistakes. Should we get an elo system? No. There's one at the PvP arena. No one cares about it. It doesn't work. No one gives a shit. You want to get better at PvP, you have to PvP. Even doing these mass callistos that I'm doing now with you guys helps you guys with PvP. This is beneficial. No breakfast, you can now join. These callisto masses we do every Monday. You guys come to the wilderness. You guys learn. You guys pay attention. You guys understand now the consequences of standing at the fucking multi-line when they're all in singles and you're standing there getting fingered. Now you guys are better at controlling where you are in the wilderness. You understand that when we're in the cave, we've got the upper hand. They come in, we spread out. We attack them. We don't chase them out of the cave because we lose that advantage. There's different aspects to it that you guys are learning. When we go to push a team out in the open, we don't even have proper coordination, but we do it effectively. We have the numbers. But when it comes to the multi-line, you guys have learnt now to back off, which has been really powerful. It stopped us getting wiped. It's going to get so many people killed, but to clienters because they're overconfident. Yeah, I think if you want a PvP, you have to go practice PKing. Wouldn't the PvP arena be the best place to practice? Yeah, I think you're right. PvP arena is a great way to practice, but there's no incentive to. Why would you do it? To waste the time. There's no money to be made. People don't realize that PKing and PvP is some of the biggest money-making content in the game, but it's also the biggest risk of losing money in the game. You can lose a lot of money, you can make a fuck ton. It's easier to just do TOA. When you want faster fights, no, that's not really what people are looking for. Most fights I participate in with other people involve 8 to 10 brews, so last longer than PvP arena. You can have up to that many brews in the PvP arena now, I think. But yeah, when you're fighting people with like 8 to 10 brews, it's just outlasting each other. They should rework LMS with a ranking system similar to PvP. They have a ranking system, it just doesn't really work. I think realistically, PvP doesn't work in RuneScape because of how it works. And that's just how it is. You either participate in PvP or you don't. You can't fix it without breaking it. You can't. Because the best way to fix PvP in RuneScape is to stop people losing their gear when they die. If PvP didn't cost you any money to other than resources used, and you get money when you kill people, you would do it. If it was like 10 mil an hour, and all you have to do is get a couple of kills, you'd go fucking do it because you're not going to lose it. You could just take your Bandos, your Torva out there, you could take your Void Waker and you'd have to risk losing it. But then, how do you get money as a PK? Because that just prints gold and it floods the economy and it fucks everything. And then you have the original Bounty Hunter issue where you're just printing fucking gold. So it doesn't work. The fundamental like economy and PvP concept of old school RuneScape does not work. It is in the game because it stood the test of time. And it was forgotten because PVM was just a better concept. So I think PvP only works if you want to do it. And if you don't want to get into it, you don't want to do it, then that's it. You're never going to be able to convince the team base, the player base to get into PvP. You're never going to be able to make PvP as popular as it once was. There will always be these skill gaps and levels now, and you're only ever going to do it if you want to do it, if you put the work in, and you enjoy it. That's the only way to fix PvP is for people to do it. If they don't want to do it, then fuck them. They don't need to. PvP is still the most watched content? It is. It's the most watched content, but it's not the most played content, which is important to remember. Being the most watched content proves that it's not good content to play. It's just good content to watch. But that's what competitive gameplay does. So that's really where we're at. I don't think it'll really change. I don't think there's going to be any way to improve it. You can make all these mini games, but we're going to have 5-6 different mini games showing, oh yeah, let's keep teaching people PvP. Go LMS and fucking learn. I don't mind watching streamers lose their gear, but I ain't losing mine. That's exactly right. Yeah. You watch PvPers and PKs, but you don't fight yourself. Fuck that. No, absolutely. That's why, yeah, you should just do LMS if you want to practice. So, that's my opinion. Just how it's going to be. You can't fix it without changing it, and that changing it will break it. Watching the best to lose builds and gears always hilarious, but I would never do that myself. No, of course not. Of course not. Anyways, let's do this Callisto Mass. Where are we at? Goy Sandwich. Yeah, you're in, dude. Let's do it.
This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big board